At the end of the day, it's all about getting started with crocheting, and you only need two things, and many things can follow as time goes on, as when you improve your crocheting, because in the beginning you have to trust the craft. Are you able to do the craft so well? Are you invested in it? Hey guys, and welcome to the Crochet Life of Sophie. I'm Sophie. In today's video, I'm just gonna get right straight to the point in terms of the crochet tools that you need in order to get started with your crochet journey. So what you're going to need, of course, would be some yarn. I personally recommend acrylic yarn. Acrylic yarn comes in different sizes and colors. So I recommend anything between, the minimum has to be double knit, known as DK yarn. It is affordable, it is easier to get, and it comes in different shades of colors. If you are intimidated by the size of it because it's quite thin, you are more than welcome to go for the chunky one. When you go to the yarn store and then you see the yarn, do take the time to read and see which is the recommended crochet hook size for this particular yarn. When you get to the yarn store, you're going to see different sizes and types of yarns, and I recommend that you stick to 100% acrylic. I advise that you avoid going for blends. So this is 85% acrylic and 15% polyester. So it can be a little bit frustrating even for me to work with because it splits a lot. So I think any acrylic, any 100% acrylic yarn or fiber that you prefer is your go-to, just to avoid any splits, as you might even get discouraged. If you want a little bit of motivation, I'll say just literally pick up your favorite color. If you love purple, I suggest that you buy purple yarn so that you can literally just be motivated to work with your favorite color. Another thing which I do recommend has to be crochet hooks. Crochet hooks come with various different sizes, so this also depends once again on the kind of yarn you're going to get. Let's just say you stick to your normal acrylic yarn, double knit, and it recommends a 4mm. It's also okay to size up a little bit and you also go for a 4.5mm or even a 5mm crochet hook. So basically, when you read the yarn label, it's going to tell you which size of the crochet hook it recommends. You're most likely going to bump into various types of crochet hooks. So you've got your normal, very popular and affordable aluminum hook, and also these ones which are ergonomic crochet hooks. So I personally, after so many years of crocheting, I still prefer this aluminum one because it makes me crochet faster. I don't recommend any plastic crochet hooks because they break easily. So many years ago, I bought this 6mm crochet hook and it's in plastic, and I can tell you that it is so easy to break. I've never used it, and if you are going to be using it with acrylic yarn, it's most likely going to squeak. The most affordable option will definitely be this aluminum crochet hook, or even these ones. They can be a little bit pricey, but if you can, or if you must, get started with this one. After so many years of crocheting, I have a lot of aluminum crochet hooks compared to these ones. It does depend on the way with which you'll be crocheting. There's the pencil method and the knife method, and maybe another method which you're personally comfortable with. So with me, I prefer this one. I'm not even ashamed of it, and I've got many more compared to these ones. So this one is the most affordable one compared to these ones. So if anything, I recommend that you get the aluminum one. It's strong, it is affordable, and it doesn't break easily. Well, I've never seen any aluminum crochet hook that I've worked with break. Those two things are the most crucial and most important things that you need in order to get started with crocheting. The rest are just extra. But if I were to recommend the third thing that you need in order to get started with crocheting, it will have to be a tapestry needle for weaving in your ends, or maybe if you want to have a cleaner finish, which would be your ends not showing. Tapestry or darning needles are optional in this case, mainly because you're not crocheting. This is just what you use when you are done crocheting. So you've got the metal one and then you've got the plastic one. As much as you are a beginner, I personally don't recommend the plastic ones because they bend so easily and I just don't like them. And these ones are actually not really that expensive. In order to just avoid you getting frustrated while working with a plastic darning needle, I recommend that you invest in a metal one. It's just going to save you so much time and going to the yarn store to try and buy another one. Another thing which I recommend has to be stitch markers. These are the plastic ones, and if not, if you do not have any stitch markers, I also do recommend that you use this bobby pin. If you do not have a bobby pin, I also would recommend that you just cut a piece of yarn in order to just keep track of that particular stitch. If you are able to, you can get a tape measure. A tape measure is actually really affordable. You actually do not need this fancy one. This one works just fine. Many people use these, even fashion designers still use these, so this is more than perfect. A measuring tape is a little bit essential, and also this depends on what you are working with. So I make a lot of clothes and I need to always take measurements, so therefore I do need a measuring tape. Probably the last things which I do recommend have to be scissors. Once again, they do not have to be anything fancy. You don't have to go buy scissors at the store if you already have a pair of scissors at home. And if you feel like you want to add more tools and all that, I'd suggest that you just get like a tote bag, like a notebook to keep tracks of whatever notes that you make. Even a paper is fine. Even a page that you tore from your old book is also fine from your diary. So I'd also say get a tote bag in order to keep your projects in one place. And with crocheting, it all comes down to two things, and these are crochet hooks and yarn. That's honestly what you need in order to get started with crocheting. For the longest time, I had these two things. At the end of the day, it's all about getting started with crocheting, and many things can follow as time goes on as when you improve your crocheting. Because in the beginning, you have to trust the craft. Are you able to do the craft so well? Are you invested in it? But I must warn you, when you start to love crocheting and enjoy crocheting, be ready to buy a lot of materials, a lot of yarn. I have so much yarn and I'm not one to always use my stash before I buy new yarn. So just be prepared to get addicted to buying yarn. If you've got any tools that you think a beginner should have in order to get started with their crochet journey that I didn't mention, please do take the time to let me know down in the comment section. And also, when you were getting started with your crochet journey, which tools did you use a lot? Personally, for me, it was my crochet hook and yarn. That's what I really needed. That's what I truly needed at the time before investing in other tools and materials for crocheting. There's so much to it. There's a lot of tools and materials out there that one can use in order to enhance their crochet skills, their crochet projects, and all that. And other than that, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Also, please do remember to always be kind, and see you next time.